Welcome to today's Technical Communication webinar. I'm Chris Turton and I look after the pre-sales and the solutions here at Solid Applications. This is one of a new series of webinars that we've created. It's designed as an introduction to what can be achieved with the solutions we have available. I've created this presentation because I want to show you tools which will help you overcome some of the day-to-day challenges you face in your design process. This session will be recorded and a copy will be available for download after the webinar is finished. We also have a return on investment tool to help understand the benefits of the solution I'm going to show today. And this is available through your account manager, and it is something we'd like to work with you on. During the webinar, I will silence your microphones and open them back up at the end for any questions. If you have any problems during the presentation, please raise your hand using the tool found on your GoToWebinar application. Let's start by taking a look at the Dassault Systems portfolio and the SolidWorks family. The ethos here is that you have one common platform that communicates and shares data around all disciplines that are involved in the product life cycle. We start with using the industry standard CAD package, SolidWorks, to generate your design data and CAD files. We can interrogate our full electrical design process and add it into the workflow, from fully associated schematics right through to automatic wire and cable generation in SolidWorks 3D. All of the pre-prototype testing can be carried out with the SolidWorks simulation tools, saving time and money on product validation. Technical communication should be a concurrent part of the design process, and that is an area we'll concentrate on today. But to help control all of this information we've created, we have a complete document management solution, which will manage your revisions, lock down, distribute correct data to the required departments. Some of the common issues that we've come across during the time we've spent with our customers are listed here. These all stem from discussions, audits, help desk calls, and feedback gained from our customer events. What's interesting is that these are all negative impact areas on the design process, but can be addressed if the correct tool and solution is implemented. Referring back to the portfolio, we can quickly assign these issues to a certain area. Technical communication. Typically, this area sits outside of the information loop, and the outputted documents are created by third-party pieces of software, which have no link to the actual design data. It sounds crazy, I know. Why spend all of this time designing and manufacturing great products, and when it comes to communicate them to the customer, user, or internally to manufacturer, we go about redoing this, doubling our efforts. But more critically, we spend a lot of time creating these duplicates, updating them, and, heaven forbid, converting them to other languages. Looking at a standard serial product to market process, inevitably the technical communication aspect is tagged on right at the end, as these activities cannot be completed until the design has either been frozen, signed off, or is actually finalized and in production, or even worse, waiting to be shipped to the customer. What we want to see are tasks such as technical communication aligned in parallel to the design process, therefore reducing these time frames and, more importantly to the business, costs. In order to achieve this, different tools are needed compared to the traditional processes we mentioned earlier. Let's take a look at those traditional processes. The design lives in CAD. The design intent lives in CAD. Once the design has been frozen, tested, and is in manufacturing, the designated technical illustrator can then start the publications. These will need to be converted, so therefore the design data has to go through a process of maybe DXFS exports, XML reports or exports, screen prints, or in some cases completely redrawing the design from scratch. This information would then have to be passed through a conversion and edit process before it can be used in the preferred publishing package. This is great, but what happens when the design changes? The product gets updated or sold into a different country. Usually we start again and we rewrite. To fix the critical issues we mentioned previously, we need to move away from non-integrated solutions to ones which allow us to be dynamic and lets the CAD data, which is your king, work for you throughout the process. How can this be achieved? SolidWorks Composer will leverage the design data directly from a CAD file and allow the author to create a range of documents from the single source supply. This author does not have to be a CAD user. Once you have the required views, these can be used to quickly publish a variety of documents that can be used in traditional areas such as instruction manuals, right through to interactive documents. By using the same common up-to-date data source, we can quickly create animations that can be used throughout the business in areas such as assembly procedure, installation, maintenance, and even training. We can use intelligent, interactive parts lists that aid the customer in identifying the correct spare parts. With this, you could finally get that online e-commerce spare part ordering process up and running before your competitors do. If you have designed a great product with unique features that give you the edge in the marketplace, why not use the SolidWorks Composer to create online experiences to show these off? Let's take a look at some of these in more detail. When working with a design product, there is a lot of information available to us. Although this may look like a static 2D image, you can see that it's much more than that. We can rotate and zoom in on key areas of the model. We need to concentrate on key areas of this design and communicate them into different fields, such as creating purchasing lists for spare parts, creating maintenance instructions for assembly, use and servicing. Also, leveraging the geometry set for operational features Let's take a look at the replacement part guide. It's as simple as clicking on the view. As before, this isn't a static 2D image. It's an interactive 3D graphic that can be rotated around. This makes looking for parts a lot easier for the user. Once you click on the required part or assembly, this will highlight and then drill down into the product, helping the user to find really what they're looking for. It's great for quickly finding the area that you're looking at. But we can now drill down further into the design to find specific parts by using the interactive parts list. Once we have found that part, we can take a good look at it, confirm, and then add it to the cart and purchase it. Back at the main menu, we can look at maintenance procedures. As you can see, the boom cylinder replacement and drill head removal both have procedures. There is also a controls overview, which is great for new operators to understand how to control the product. Going back to the procedures document, we can now look at the drill head replacement. In this case, the drill head has a high wear item, and the procedure has been created to show the service engineer what process is required to remove it. You can see that SolidWorks Composer uses a combination of graphical animations, callouts and arrows that can be used to guide the user throughout the process. Having the 3D interactive document available, the user can rotate and reposition the view to see awkward areas, which just isn't available in 2D. A great advantage of using SolidWorks Composer is that you can publish documents such as operations guides. These can be used to show unique features for the product that can be used in training or even promotion. You can see this design has some great features that can be highlighted by using this process. And let's not forget, all of this information can still be used to generate traditional technical publication documents such as instruction documents. We've taken a look at the possible outputs from SolidWorks Composer, all created from one single source, the CAD model. Let's see how this affects the process. Composer uses the CAD data and reformats its line types, view styles automatically without any of the need for rework. All of the published documents from SolidWorks Composer can have any design changes updated immediately, and any changes are reflected directly in the published documents. Again, no rework is required. By using the 3D animations and interactive documents, translations costs don't occur as we have no text. The illustrator has the control and generates the output. The CAD system just simply supplies the information. This solution will allow you to shrink the design process cycle. Also, as previously discussed, these documents can be used throughout the business, in manufacturing, marketing, sales, engineering services, and even training. As well as the original intention as a support document tool for communicating the product with the customer. Going back to those initial impacts we discussed, we have seen that SolidWorks Composer can address these issues directly and can help you and the business. It really helps you move forward and realign your processes. and increase your productivity. Why not leverage your design data to create enhanced technical communications with SolidWorks Composer? This has brought us to the end of the session. As I discussed at the start, this is one of many webinars we're going to present over the coming months, which will introduce you to additional SolidWorks tools and services we have available here at Solid Applications. Why not take advantage of our return on investment tool? This will help you identify your issues and also see how SolidWorks Composer can help resolve these with immediate returns on your investment. Additionally, if you would like a full hands-on demonstration of SolidWorks Composer, please contact us, as I'd love to come and show you a lot more and some of the real secrets inside this product. If you require any further information regarding any of our solutions, please go and take a look at our excellent website, and in the products section you will find videos, technical information and sales information.